Good YouTube, Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that NBA playoff prediction analysis. Let's talk about who might win the series between the Toronto Raptors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Raptors really had a solid season. Wasn't too good, wasn't too bad, but we know when they're healthy, they're a formidable opponent. And we know they do have some talent and they do have some really, really good players, especially when it comes to their starting lineup. We're just going to talk about what teams should be using and what they should be doing for both teams. And I don't want to predict who I think is going to win, and I'm about to give you reasons why. But we're going to start with the Raptors. Scotty Barnes. We know that he's an all-star, and he was able to do it multiple times. He's a good defender, long, rangy. He can get to the basket. He can make a mid-range. He can make a three if he wants to. If he wants to take it, sometimes it works for him. Sometimes it don't. But you can say that about a lot of players. But one thing you know is that he can do multiple things for you, whether that's passing, whether that's rebounding, whether that's locking somebody up or making things tough on a perimeter or near the basket. But also, you know that this is a guy that understands how to try to be a great teammate at a high level, no matter who out there with him. And that's one thing that has made him one of the more respectable players in the NBA. And I think that he just has to bring that same mentality to the playoffs against a formidable opponent. And you want to stop the Hardens, you want to stop the Donovan Mitchells. You got Max Strus and those other guys that's more skill set players that they're going to try to put into that lineup to try to get you out the paint or try to get you off of them because they're going to switch and stuff like that. Obviously, if you can slow down Donovan Mitchell Harden, it makes the season easier. Obviously, you also got to worry about doing the interior because Evan Mobley is one of their best players, and he's a good finisher. He also can hit a three from time to time. And not only that, he's a good rebounder, so you have to pay attention to him for that reason. Same with Jared Allen. He can always sneak in there and get a putback, sneak in there and beat you on the glass. He's a mobile, fast, athletic big. But I think Scotty Barnes is going to be alert. Obviously, you got to look at Jakob Poeltl. He has size, but he isn't the greatest rim protector. He isn't the greatest rebounder, but he's going to try to go out there and compete and do what he can on that end of the court. Just do the basics and try to play as hard as you can is all you can really want for him. RJ Barrett, you know, he's going to be a playmaker for you. He's going to be trying to get to the basket. He's going to try to hit some spot ups if he can and just try to go out there and make plays. And that's all you can really ask for him. That's what he brings to the table. And I don't really think they have anybody that can really slow him down or even Scotty Barnes. If they want to attack and they want to score, it's going to be there for them. But a lot of the shots is going to be what the defense gives them. If they can make them, this is going to be a very interesting season. I mean, a very interesting series. Obviously, you have to look at Emmanuel quickly the same way. You know, he's going to try to push it. He's going to try to find ways to get open. He's going to find ways to attack early. Sometimes it might work, sometimes it might not. But at the same time, he's going to be one of those guys that they're going to try to score on. They're going to try to find success on him as much as they can. He's a little undersized and just not as known as a defender. So they got to attack somebody. And I feel like Emmanuel quickly got to be ready for that. Brandon Ingram, BI, one of the favorite players that a lot of people love that played for the Raptors. He was an all-star also. He can kill you from mid-range. Obviously, he's a solid playmaker himself for his position. He's going to try to hit some threes if you leave him open or you rotate too late. He can get his own. He's a tough cover. He's a guy they can get a ball to in the clutch, and he can hit the tough shots. He can hit the game winners if it's needed, and he's going to have to be efficient. If he's efficient and he takes good looks and he doesn't force it or just takes what the defense gives him over and over again and kind of force them to do other stuff and pick their poison, I feel like he can be a big difference in this series. Of course, you have the Sandros that can be big and also space the floor and still give you some type of physicality. You can say the same thing about Colin Murray Boyles. He had good size, good athleticism, good finishing. And then you look at Jamal Shedd and Jacoby Walter. You just want to see if they can add offense when they come in, knock down some shots, keep the ball moving if they could. Grady Dick, you just want him to be able to shoot. If you can drive, we take that too because putting points on the board is all that really matter. And then you look at Trace Jackson Davis. Will he even play? If he gets some minutes, what can he really do for you? Can he score? Can he rebound? He's going to be quick enough. He's going to be fast enough. Can he set screens? Can he do that at a high level to make things easier on their better players, which is all basically perimeter players? Those guys are going to eat the most. Those guys are going to take the most shots. Everybody else got to play with hustle and muscle and try to do whatever they can to get other opportunities, whether that's offense or rebounds or rolling hard to the basket to make sure that they have to guard and respect that too. So the Raptors got a lot of talent and they have a lot of things that can work for them if they're attacking the right way. Obviously, it's not going to be an easy game for them because Cleveland is one of the tougher teams to stop sometimes, especially when they're making their outside shots. Like I said, Thomas Bryant, he's going to add size, but he's going to space the floor as a big two. Jared Allen is showing that he's willing to take floaters and jump shots from time to time if he can't get all the way to the basket. So you do have to pay attention to that. Keon Ellis is a solid defender. He's going to make stops happen if he can, if you give him the chance and opportunity, or you don't respect him that much, or you're just a little bit too prideful. He can make you pay for it, and he can hit a three, and he can get to the basket and score in transition. And then James Harden, he can handle the ball. You know, he's going to try to make it easy for the bigs. He's going to try to find the shooters and get his own shot, whether that's a mid range, whether that's a floater, whether that's getting to the free throw line or knocking down a three off the dribble or catch and shoot. Sam Merrill, you know, he's going to want to pop the threes when they're wide open. And that's what he's out there to do, to provide floor spacing and get rid of the ball to somebody else and keep that ball moving. If he can't hit a shot that he feels that's going to be needed or open for him. And then Donovan Mitchell, he's one of the toughest covers. He can hit the mid range. He can pull up from three. He can get to the basket. He can get to the free throw line. Will he be efficient? They have a lot of wings that they can throw at him. They got a lot of guys that they can use on him, but he is one of the better scorers in the league. So he's going to get the numbers, but will he do it efficient? Will he pass too? Because he can be a little bit hungry for his baskets that he might see some opportunities where he can score. He might prefer that over passing for an easier shot for his teammates. And he's showing you that he can share the ball. So if he doesn't want to do that, Harden and those other guys can do it for him. And that's good to have teammates that you trust with the ball. Evan Mobley, like I said, he's going to be rolling to the rim. He's going to be trying to crash the glass from time to time. He's going to try to be switchable, make things difficult, try to be a help defender if he can to get some steals and some blocks or just to get some stops in general. He's going to try to spread the floor and try to give those guys space to drive or get the shots that they want and still be a guy that you can kick it out to and believe that he can make a shot. And then Larry Nance, he can do similar things. He's just going to try to dunk or even hit a perimeter shot if you leave him open. He's a guy that is going to try to make you get hurt by that. And then Craig Porter Jr. is a guy that can get his own from time to time, but he can also play in the Florida offense. Same with Tyrese Proctor. I can get my basket or I can just hit an open look if you find me. Dennis Schroeder, you know, he can just break down the defense by attacking off the dribble and then hitting the mid-range or the three, depending on what the defense chooses to try to give him. And then Max Strus, you know, he's going to be a catch and shoot guy. He got range. It's good to see him healthy. You know, he might even start for him. You don't really know what you're going to get too much out of him defensively, though. And then Naquan Tomlin, you know, he's going to try to hit a perimeter shot from time to time, but he mainly going to try to fight and be active in the paint and try to finish high percentage shots at the rim if he can get them. Dean Wade gonna play a little defense, give you a little size, give you a little mobility, give you some floor spacing. And then Jalen Tyson, you're just happy that he can possibly be a guy that can come in and give you double figures off the bench any game. And those are the things that you would need him to do if, you know, other guys don't really get things going. And it's good to have multiple options. It's good to have multiple ball handlers. It's good to have multiple rim protectors. And it's good to be able to move the ball, but also get your own. So that's something that the Cleveland Cavaliers have. That's something that the Raptors have too. So that's going to make this a long series to me. I think the Raptors really match up good against the Cavaliers. I think they can really slow things down too and get good looks on certain players on the Cavs, and the Cavs can do similar things too. So it's going to be about who's going to make the shots. You know, who's going to step up and make the tough ones, who's going to slow down the game and get the easy ones for themselves or their teammates. So I'm just going to go Cleveland on this one because I just feel like they're more understanding of the moment. They have guys that have shown that they can step up in big moments. They have guys that have shown that they can make big plays. And they have guys that know how to get to the free throw line and get quality looks even in tough situations. If you put Scotty or somebody on them, they're going to still figure it out. Or if they're going to draw enough attention to find somebody else that can score. I just feel like the scoring from the Raptors sometimes is hit or miss. Can they make their jump shots? Can they make their perimeter shots consistently enough? And if they do, the series goes on longer. If they don't, then the Cavaliers might say this was a tough one, but we should be able to get it done. So I'm going Cavs in 6. I feel like they can win at least 4 of them before the Raptors do. The Raptors, they have a lot of good pieces. They have a lot of good players. They're starting to understand how to play together a lot better. It takes a while to figure that out, especially when you add new pieces and you have injuries, but they're healthy at the right time and they do play good basketball. But I just feel like Cavaliers are just a more well-rounded team. They have better understanding of what's needed to be done, and they do know how to close out and win games as a team. And they also can get it where they can get carried too by certain players like a James Harden and Donovan Mitchell when it's needed to beat a team like the Raptors that don't have as many guys that you can trust to take over consistently or make great decisions in clutch or pressure situations. So since I feel like the Cavs have better ones and other guys that can help by crashing the glass and playing with extra effort, I feel like the Cavaliers should be a more veterans nice team that just understands the moment a little bit better than the Raptors and can seize it to be able to win this series. So got Cavs in 6. That's my prediction on that. Tell me what I got wrong. Tell me what I got right. Tell me if I'm crazy. Tell me whatever you feel in the comment section below. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell. And also, y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today, hopefully with more analysis.